And Thorzain's sticking to it.
Yeah.
So Thorzain. So now the interesting thing is when Side scouts this out, is he going to go for a fast expand on
Well,
this map?
not as Amazonia, no.
I think it's. I actually think it's viable. I think it would be a
What?
decent. Yes, I think it would be decent here. It's pretty easy to creep. You can pull the creep with a skeleton, and then it only takes like 4 ghouls plus a DK and a skeleton wand to be able to creep that. Assuming you're able to pull it and stop all the like the slows and the boulder throw and stuff. And that'll get you a super fast level 3 Death Knight, and then he can kind of just play the game out the same way the last game played out. So I kind of hope to see an expand from Side this game. Once he scouts this out and he does see Thorzain is going for the same Paladin build as last game. But we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. I think like Last Refuge is one of the maps on which it's the easiest to creep the expo and take it. And this is one of the hardest. Probably the hardest with Concealed Hill. Even with the pull. Especially because I think if you get creepjacked in particular, but obviously it's hard to creepjack.
I think
with the Paladin and Rifle, but because of what happened last game, I actually think that Thorzain is gonna scout a little bit extra.
But even like level 1 Paladin with like 2 rifles, which is essentially what he'll have when Side does this creep, isn't enough to really do anything. So in my mind, I think Thorzain's best option here is get that Paladin level 3. And while he's getting that Paladin level 3, I think Side should use that time to throw up and expand. But yeah, who knows? We'll see.
And maybe like Thorzain doesn't have to react to it the same way necessarily either. Like he could just expand himself this time around if he sees that Side is expanding.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like this map is so crazy in that there's so much gold available on the expo.
Yeah. It's 20k. Yeah, 20k. So it's double the other map, double whatever it's called. Last Refuge. Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, guys. We had some, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, Tristan Num with a resub, and just now your ping is your IQ. Thank you so much. My ping is 190 on Netis.
So this is the happy creep route going for this. Kind of don't like this. Side, you know I love you, and I hate when commentators say like the player is doing the wrong thing, especially when the person playing is better than the commentator. But I would have liked to see him, if he is going to creep something before the expo, and he's not expoing, by the way, we do see him going tier 2, which I think is a fine decision as well. But I kind of would have liked to see him do his lab first, like, and use the lightning shield to get that super fast level 2 and then go harass. But Side is going to take the green and then go harass and try and stop this Paladin from getting level 2. Thorzain is doing a really good job of zoning the DK out with the rifle.
Yeah.
And DK is already sitting at like 70 HP, which kind of feels bad because he hasn't really done anything yet. And he's already.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, it's not like he's gonna get nuked to death here.
True, true.
And even if he was, he would just go home and use the dagger that was gonna allow the undeads to start with other heroes than Death Knights.
God, what a terrible item that was. That was such a bad item.
Oh my god!
Everyone was so excited for it, and then it came out, and people were like, "What?"
There was a couple of people that were like, no nonsense. They immediately said it. They were like, "Well, people are still just gonna open Death Knight and then use that to heal that Death Knight." But sure. Good old dagger.
So Side's game plan here is just, I'm gonna do my thing, and you can do your thing, but I'm just gonna try and slow you down. And as long as you don't get that Paladin level 3, I'm happy with the early game. So. Side is just trying to slow down Thorzain. Thorzain will get, I think we'll get level 2, assuming he's able to take this whole creep camp.
Wow, is Side's gonna try to steal that? That's a very bad idea, because I'm pretty sure that's where Thorzain's headed next.
Yes.
He must have hoped that Thorzain went for the shop with Militia. Oh my god, this is bad. Oh, this is so bad.
This is gonna force a TP. This has to be a TP, yep.
This is actually so bad, oh my god.
So now, where do you go from here? That takes a little bit of experience away from Thorzain, but not enough to make it worth it, I don't think. I think had that paid off, and Thorzain, for whatever reason, like went to go creep the shop or something next, I guess it would have been a good decision. But what ends up happening is he takes away about 50 experience away from the human player Thorzain, but he's forced to TP out. So not a great trade for Side, but. Let's see what he does from here. He did just ding tier 2, by the way.
Side didn't get dagger, by the way.
No. What a waste of gold.
I mean, I know we were supposed to get it when we opened with other heroes than Death Knight, but that doesn't mean, like, you know, there is no gentleman's code here. You can still get it side.
So Thorzain is happy with his 5 rifle army against SyDe's 3 fiend army.
And that Death Knight is about to get attacked a whole bunch. There's quite a few Holy Lights to work with. Thorzain's still being very patient.
And this whole little squabble that's happening by this creep camp is essentially they're fighting for this level 5 Cobalt. They both won it, and Thorzain is going to end up winning it and getting him that much closer to level 3. He's about 80 experience off right now from.
I mean, with this many rifles, it's going to be so easy for him to get it now. And the Blood Mage is already on the way, so Thorzain is in such a great spot now. I don't know what, like, you see, this is what bothers me. I feel like Undead plays so wrong against this. You should just be creeping. You're not going to do anything anyway to this many rifles plus a pally. You're just not. Like, what is 3 fiends and a bunch of skeletons going to do against this army when he has this much mana? Like, you shouldn't be there, in my opinion. But, like, they just keep on moving out and taking those fights, and then it's like, oh, Pally's, like, so strong. It's like, no. I feel like the first few times Happy played against this, he struggled, but then after that he made adjustments, and the last few times he played against this Pally build, he actually smashed it, like when Hawk was doing it.
A rare micro mistake, by the way. Thorzain missed the Holy Light. He was about to cast it, but he missed it, and 1 rifle does go down. A kind of a minor mistake, but an unexpected one from Thorzain.
Yeah. I mean, he's in such a good spot. Pala level 3. He's gonna go on the hunt, I think, after this. I mean, he can do whatever he wants now at this point.
Yeah,
he's not worrying about...
It looks like
gonna
he's doing
expo.
a tier 2 expand.
Yeah.
And
this is even better, actually.
SyDe is about to hit tier 3, by the way. SyDe is about 10 seconds away from tier 3. He also has his first statue about 10 seconds away coming out on the
And you know what's great about rifles on this map is that creeping the granite golems in the corner is so easy when you have 50 supply rifles.
Creeping anything is easy with 50 supply rifles.
Touché.
And we do see Blood Mage getting level 2 off of that, so he's going to have Vanish and Mana Drain. So, yeah, Undead is not going to be happy to see that. And the Expo is going to go up. So that Expo will be up in about 45 seconds or so. And SyDe is just happily creeping. SyDe's still sitting at level 3 Death Knight and level 2.4-ish Lich.
And he has no TP, remember?
Yeah. So something to look out for in these fights is whether he uses those Holy Lights offensively or defensively. I really find it interesting when they decide to make the switch of saving that Holy Light to save a unit versus making sure that that Holy Light is used to get the Fiend kills.
Just picked up the orb for the Lich. He didn't sell the Scourge Bone Chime, I think because one of his Fiends was about to be sniped. That would have been very nice for him to snipe, to sell that, sorry. Where's the silence? Oh, he silenced the Pala to try and get the Blood Mage.
Coming out on the Paladin. I love that pickup. So this is a very, very strong pick against the Paladin and Blood Mage. Silence is just strong against both of those heroes. So I expect to see, yeah, there we go. Very, very nice silences. It's allowing him to make sure that Holy Light isn't coming out. But Thorzain is so good. He's separating his heroes so both of them can't be silenced. And he's saying, well, if I can't use Holy Light, I'm just going to use Banish. So just excellent micro from Thorzain.
Yeah, that was a greater invuln, right?
Yeah.
That really made the game, I think, for him. Without that here, it would be so bad. I think greater healing would have been okay also, but not even as good as greater invuln. That was literally the perfect item here for him to say, okay, well, you can't touch my hero for a long time, and I'm gonna take all of your mana from all of your heroes.
Yeah, and Thorzain taking that fight and pushing SyDe back into his base while he was throwing up an expansion. So what that greater invult potion ended up translating into a 1 fight, even though he was expanding behind it. Well played by Thorzain there to make sure that both of his heroes didn't get silenced, and nice use of the Banish when that Death Knight didn't have mana to make sure that those units were getting saved. And we do see an offensive Holy Light coming out, killing that Fiend.
He's trying to target 2 units at once, your sides, to say like, okay, on one of them you're not going to be able to use your heal on time. Blood Mage under threat, he's going to go down.
Nice kill on that Blood Mage, pathing him a little bit. Thorzain did click that Paladin up to pass the TP, but SyDe blocking that Blood Mage to ensure the kill. Nice micro by SyDe. And he picks off a rifle as well, and he's going to force Thorzain back. So this is kind of back and forth at this point.
Thorzain has such a superior income, though.
Yeah,
remember, Siphon is only 10 mana as well, so you get it back so quickly, even after instant revive.
And not only does he have double the income of SyDe, he's also been staying under 50 food this whole time too. So he's ensuring that there's none of that gold loss to upkeep. So he's getting 100% of that gold. And while that's happening, he's teching to tier 3 as well. He's about halfway to tier 3.
Maybe a good idea to start pulling back here. For SyDe, but he seems he really wants to fight.
And SyDe did scout the expand. A little skeleton went down and attacked that arcane tower. And SyDe is saying, okay, I don't feel strong enough to push you, but I do feel strong enough to creep my expand. And we do see an Acolyte in production, so I expect to see a counter expand from SyDe coming out in the next 20 seconds or so.
And he has Disease Cloud with one single Aboom. I really like that. I feel like maybe stopping at one single Aboom here might be better. You just get a ton of Fiends, and you got the Abomination at the front doing kind of like infecting everything with Disease Cloud, and then the Fiends are there to try and do the damage, to take out the army. He gets creepjacked, but the camp is pretty much over. One statue is taking so much damage, he needs to save that. Oh my god.
These statues are so important. We do see a silence coming off on that Blood Mage and focus coming out on the Blood Mage. Now he's switching focus to the rifle, heal coming out for that rifle. Tons of mana on the human heroes, basically no mana on the undead hero. Oh, but it's enough! He had a greater mana potion on that DK. He pops the greater mana potion on the Blood Mage and throws a coil in his face and says, "Later, nerd!" And that Blood Mage will be off the battlefield.
Oh, Pala almost level 4 here. One more skeleton would do it. Or one Fiend. There we go. So that's gonna be our level 2 that he can work with. I don't know why SyDe is getting a Necropolis on his Expo, by the way. I feel like he needs more units. He should be making one more Fiend instead of getting that, maybe. Like, those fights are so close, one more unit could actually change a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm surprised also that Thorzain's fighting when everything has got Disease Cloud on it and he's got no Blood Mage. He's gonna instant rebuy it again!
Oh my goodness. So, but that Death Knight still has a ton of mana. I expect to see a nuke coming out on this. He's like, no, Blood Mage, stay out of this fight. He's like, I was winning this fight when you weren't here. I'm not allowing you to get back into this fight. Oh, that was so sick by SyDe, by the way. So he faked throwing a coil to force the TP, and then he stopped the animation to save that extra 75 mana. That was really, really nicely played by SyDe.
That Blood Mage is like Superman in Justice League. You won't let me live, you won't let me die. Tell me, do you bleed?
By the way, something to note is all of these riflemen, not all of them, but almost all of them are infected by the Disease Cloud right now, which lasts, it feels like forever, but I think it's like two minutes or something like that.
No, it's forever. It's actually forever.
Yeah, it's like the bubonic plague, but it just does a ton of damage over time.
Oh my god, Dark Ranger's almost 3.
Wow. So does he go Dark Arrow or does he go Silence?
Silence for sure. There's no Priest. Silence level 2 here would be almost like game winning, I think. Without Priest, like, it's actually crazy. Even just Dark Ranger itself. So he caught the Mountain King and the Blood Mage with the Silence, but not quite the Pala. I feel like maybe he should be a little bit more patient. Imagine like if he waited until now, he would have had the Tri-Hero Silence.
This is great positioning by SyDe. He's kind of forcing all these rifles in the back. That A-bomb with the Frost Armor is just kind of whacking everything. Nice big coils coming out. All of the undead heroes are basically out of mana at this point. Thorzain is still fighting in a pretty good position as well. So Thorzain is kind of happy with the amount of mana on his heroes, which is... Oh, and a nice coil forcing the human out. So it looked like
Thorzain's micro was absurd in that fight, by the way. Like
it was.
He targeted everything perfectly. He dodged the coil with the TP. Like he transferred the invuln. It was so sick. And the fact that he's actually killing statue is so nice. Like so few humans actually do that. But when you have this many rifle and like the statues are like a little too deep, you can actually kill them very quickly.
Yeah, that's one thing. I was watching Happy's games earlier today, And Happy, his statue micro is crazy. Obviously, his
Yeah.
micro is crazy. As a
I mean,
whole.
you're banned in his
We were
chat
talking
though,
about
right?
it earlier. What's that?
You're banned in his chat though,
Oh,
right?
I am banned. I got banned because I said GG Happy after. I'm not even kidding. I've literally said one thing in his chat before, and it was GG. It was either like GG or nice game or well played or something. It was a very innocent comment.
Oh my god, the Death Knight!
Anyway.
Oh, staffing the Mountain King actually opened the gate for the Death Knight to run out.
Yeah, and the Paladin was silenced there, so without access to that heal, he was forced to use the silence, or was forced to use the staff rather. So nice staff, saving the MK. And we do see the second A-bomb coming out on the battlefield, but the Holy Light is going to take out that first A-bomb. All of those things are disease clouded, I guess. Is that a word? I don't know. But SyDe is kind of backing up, and he's waiting for the optimum moment to take this fight. The first Griffin is joining this fight, which is not looking good for SyDe. If we take a look at the food count, it's 54. He's down about 10 food. Now down 15 food with that A-bomb going down. I don't think he has web yet. Yeah, so he's researching web as soon as he saw that Griffin. Web is about 50% done, but it might be too little too late by the time it's done researching.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the mana here, it's like almost frustrating for the undead, right? Like, he just has mana on absolutely nothing. Whereas Thorzain, like, he has every hero on almost full mana.
That's kind of the common thing with when you're fighting against a Blood Mage, and it just feels bad to play against. It's kind of similar when you're playing against level 3 Demon Hunter. Your heroes just never have mana, and if you want your heroes to have mana, you have to buy a mana potion, which is...
Yeah. And then you still get burned, so you get a single spell out of it.
Yeah, basically. You pay 200 gold for one spell.
Damn, this Acolyte wanted to fight back at the expo. Started headbutting the rifle, but it's a 1-1 rifle we're talking about. Not just any
We got
rifle.
one rifle. Kind of a side comment, not SYDE, but SyDe. A side comment here is look at the Acolyte regeneration. He's able to basically almost out-heal a Rifleman. That Rifleman has been attacking that Acolyte for about a minute and a half now. The Acolyte is just now going to go down.
And there's still a backup Acolyte as well, ready to take its place.
Yeah.
The Walker Chain. It's in place.
By the way, we have SyDe in the chat right now. SyDe's so good that he is able to play and chat at the same time. Make sure that the stream is muted, otherwise you might get banned for cheating, SyDe.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway.
the game's not going so hard, to be honest, for him, so...
Yeah.
Not surprised that he's stepping out to try and meme a little bit.
SyDe, maybe you should focus on the game instead of being in chat. It's not looking too good for you right now. 72 food to 42 food. We're looking at a 30 food advantage. Thorzain, and he's just continuously pushing the human army back into his base. And the entire time, and now Thorzain just said, okay, a rifle wasn't doing enough damage to those Acolytes, I'm going to put a Knight there instead, and that Knight is doing a lot more damage. That Knight just took out all of those expansion Acolytes, and I expect to see a GG from SyDe, because Thorzain is basically just, what's it called, zoning him out. He's zoning him out from the expand, and SyDe isn't able to take a fight, so...
I wonder if Siphon might get nerfed in future. Because everything that Siphon's really sick.
Yeah. Siphon is